Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about a story I did not see coming, I'm going to be honest. I was perusing the internet and lo and behold, I came across this story which is a total throwback, and it was wholesome until I looked into it, much like everything on the internet. Jokes are jokes until you do like 2 seconds of investigation and it turns out there's like a grisly murder behind it. So, do you guys recall back in the day, I think it was around 2015, but we'll get into all the details in a second. Remember the debate over this dress, whether it's white and gold or blue and black, and the whole fucking thing that came out of that? Do you remember that debate? Because it is vivid in my mind. It's a part of history. I didn't think anything of it. I never really thought of like who posted this, why, blah, blah, blah. Well, here we go. Scottish husband behind viral blue-black dress illusion admits to brutally attacking wife. If someone told me in 2015 that the meme that myself and everyone else was screaming over, whether it was white and gold or blue and black, which by the way, I've seen both colors, so I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. I don't know if I've seen edited versions. I do not know a singular thing, okay? But if someone told me back in 2015 when I was, well, actually, I wasn't having that great of a time then either, but someone told me back then that today we'd be talking about the meme dealer, the person who created this, being an attacker, an abuser, I would not have seen that coming. The Scottish husband behind the infamous dress that broke the internet admitted to strangling his wife nearly a year after he was arrested and charged with attempted murder. Keir Johnston, 38, pleaded guilty on Thursday to attacking his wife, Grace Johnston, in their home on Scotland's Isle of Colonsay? I feel like I'm really butchering that. Oops. On March 6th, 2022, Johnston was alleged to have brandished a knife while he threatened his wife, saying, "Someone is going to die," following a night of drinking during the assault, according to The Guardian. The almost fatal attack began days before when Grace defied Keir's demands of not attending a job interview on the mainland, the outlet reported. On the day of the attack, Keir Johnston told his wife he would be leaving her, which led to an argument between the couple. She went outside the property to stop him leaving. He followed her and pinned her to the ground, prosecutor Chris McIntosh told the Glasgow High Court. He placed both knees on her arms so she was unable to move. He then began strangling her with both his hands. She was initially able to scream and feared for her life and believed Johnston intended to kill her, as he was very forceful. It's so bizarre to me, right? Because now this is probably an obvious thing that I'm about to state, but it's pretty funny how there are so many memes that are in circulation right now and we don't really know who to attribute them to, right? And for the most part, I don't think it's a big deal that we don't know who to attribute them to, unless someone, I guess, really cares to be credited for a meme, which I don't really know how that's gonna play out for you, buddy, but whatever. Anyway, the idea that some of the most quote-unquote iconic, and I say that very loosely, but you guys know what I mean, some of the most iconic memes, some of the most, I guess, viral memes that caused, you know, silly controversy like the dress, have a person behind them, because I basically never associate memes with people unless they are memes of people, like the Demi Poot Lovato one. But anyway, to think that, oh yes, this is a person with a life and this person tried to strangle his wife, it makes memes a little too real when I start associating them with people, and that's not to belittle anything that's happening here. I'm just talking about the concept of how well we know the meme and we don't know anything behind it, especially if there's something dark. Now, obviously this happened in 2022, so when the meme came out, nothing dark had happened that we know of, but it's jarring to me every so often. But I guess it's also because I kind of just think of memes as things that appear on the internet, not as being made, and that's my own thing. A witness pulled Keir Johnston off his wife, but the crazed husband went inside before returning back moments later, threatening to finish his wife off and choking her again, according to the BBC. Now, I will say, in a lot of altercations, the things that stick with me the most, aside from whatever is done, you know, pinning people down, whatever else, it's what people say, because I find that to really be the most haunting of all. So someone saying they are going to quote unquote finish off their partner, there's something very creepy about that, in the sense of, you say you'd finish off a meal, you'd say you'd finish off a job, you'd say you'd finish off a lot of like very, I guess, logistical things, you know, just like annoyances, things you have to do. You know, you don't say, oh, I'm going to finish off hanging out with these people. It sounds like a task, like you're completing a task. I'm going to finish off cleaning the house. So to say you're going to finish off your wife, unless we're going to go into a really sexual direction, which I'd rather not go into, I don't really see any which way in which that is not scary as hell and kind of implying that you almost don't see your wife as a person in that moment, in my opinion. And again, that's just my opinion. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not here to evaluate anything, but creepy. Keir Johnston was also reportedly holding a knife. Grace Johnston suffered severe bruises and called the police, telling the dispatcher, "My husband is trying to kill me." Keir Johnston was initially charged with attempted murder. During the trial, the High Court in Glasgow, Grace Johnston detailed an 11-year campaign of abuse she suffered from her husband, which included domestic violence acts and coercive control. So it turns out, yes, when the meme was made, he was already being abusive and scary. I feel like that's such a sad thing on multiple levels. Like, yes, obviously it's sad that someone's abusive. It's sad that someone gets abused. Those are all, I think, basic 1+1s. What I do think is probably very difficult is a viral meme that comes up that reminds you specifically of that time in your life with your husband having posted that meme that went viral, right? I don't know if you get sucked back into the time when you were living through abuse A, B, or C, but I feel like that's very difficult. I can't imagine putting myself in the position where randomly on the internet I might come across this viral thing my abuser posted, did, whatever. Does that make sense? Keir Johnston also allegedly isolated Grace from her friends and family, as well as monitoring her money to decide how much of it she could have access to. The couple reached internet fame when Grace's mother, Cecilia Bleasdale, purchased the infamous dress a week before their wedding in February 2015. Bleasdale had sent a photo of her outfit to her daughter and asked her opinion on the dress, which confused the people who disagreed over the color. Grace saw it as white and gold, while Keir argued it was black and blue. It is, of course, black and blue. Okay, I still see it as white and gold, so I don't know what to tell you. At the wedding, Caitlin McNeil, the couple's friend, was sent to perform with her band, but got caught up with the dress and posted the photo to her blog on Tumblr, Business Insider reported. The photo was an overnight sensation, leading people to argue the color scheme. After reaching internet fame, the couple, Grace's mother, and McNeil appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show, where Bleasdale wore the dress to put the debate to sleep. The daytime talk show host gave the couple a check for $10,000 and a trip to the Caribbean. Following his guilty plea, Keir appealed for continued bail, but was placed into custody, where he will remain until he is sentenced next month. "You repeatedly strangled her, injured her, and put her life in danger in what must have been absolutely terrifying circumstances for her," Judge Lady Drummond told the man, according to the BBC. "I am afraid, Mr. Johnston, that your status has now changed. You have been convicted of a very serious crime and you will be remanded. Meantime, Johnston will be sentenced on June 6th. Now, listen, I know that after we find out that someone's a fucking weirdo, when you look at pictures of them, you don't see them the same way, obviously, because now you have more information. But look at this man's stare. That is very creepy to me. Whether, like, even if I just saw this picture, it looks like there's nothing going on behind those eyes. Truly not. Not a singular, I mean, in a dumb way, like it doesn't seem like there's not a singular thought in there, but also looks dead inside and not in the funny way. So I really hope that they do give him a good amount of time, because that's like 11 years of abuse. I mean, how could you not? And I say that, you know, knocking on wood, because plenty of times nothing happens. But anyway, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. I genuinely had kind of forgotten about the whole dress ordeal, and I enjoyed reminiscing on my youth back in the day. But anyway, actually I wasn't young. I got married in 2016, so what am I even talking about? It's not like I was 12. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.